Hello, folks. How you doing? Welcome to Boxing Profiles. I'm your host, Tony Prince. Wow, guys. Last night, we saw an amazing fight. Charlo against Cristanzo. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, but I'm sure if you watch the fight, you know what I'm talking about. So, folks, we witnessed history last night. Something that comes around only once in a lifetime to become undisputed champion of the world. This is very, very important because there's only been 7 undisputed champions. And this is why we're living in this era of the undisputed. I said it before and I'm saying it again. Floyd Money Mayweather is the cause of all this. You know, whether we like it or we don't like it, that's the way it is, you know. So right now, Jamel Lyons only Charlo is the man in that division. So everything has to go through Charlo. Um, I'm still waiting to see the fight here, wondering what Terrence Crawford is going to do. You know, there's a lot of hype and a lot of talk about Bud could beat Spence and this and that. The only way that any of us is going to find out is if Bud signed the contract and they actually fight. All the talking means absolutely nothing. We could say what we want to say, but until the two fighters get in the ring and throw hands, that's the only way we're going to find out. You know, getting back to Charlo fight was amazing. In the beginning rounds, Charlo got off to a little slow start. I think he was being a little bit more cautious than anything because he got cracked a few times when he was in the first fight. So I thought he was being a little bit more cautious. He made some adjustments as by staying off the ropes. He threw a lot more combinations, which was more impressive. But me being a former fighter and an actual boxing coach, the only thing I would have said different was for him to be a little bit more consistent with his jab to keep a fighter off of him who likes to walk in. As you saw, Costanza didn't use his jab. We're starting to see this more and more typical of other fighters that fight the African-American fighters. They're not using the jab. If you don't use a jab, how do you expect to get on the inside? I mean, I just don't see it. You have to use the jab to get on the inside. When Charlo used his jab, oh my God, man, he was eating this boy alive. I mean, it's just amazing what the jab can do. That's why I have that series on how to block the jab, okay? Again, you know, you guys know about Floyd Money Mayweather, about his defense, but I'm 20 years Floyd's senior, okay? And I'm not saying that I got the best defense in the world. I'm just saying I'm just going to show you some things that you hadn't seen before. I don't see too many people out there blocking the jab, okay? I like what Charlo did. There were certain times when Charlo stepped into Costanza when he was trying to come in. Now that is what an experienced fighter do. He crowds his opponent so his opponent don't have any leverage and the referee has to break him instead of backing up and allowing him to have leverage. If you move to the right, if you move to the left, he can get leverage on his hooks. Stepping into him is the best way to break his rhythm. Charlo did that last night. I would like to see him do that a lot more effectively when he's fighting other opponents who like to be aggressive. Charlo, big shout out to you, my brother. You know, you and your brother keep doing what you're doing. Derek James, you doing some great work. Earl Spence, you are the diamond in the rough, my brother. Okay? You need to put hands on Terrence Crawford. Okay? And I'm telling you right now, Terrence is a big talent. I mean, it's not going to be an easy fight. I think this is going to be a war. And the question is, which one has the heart to go the distance? That is the question. And that is something else I like to bring up. Crawford, what you going to do? I believe Spence already signed his part of the contract. So Crawford, what are you going to do? Let's find out, man. I'm excited. I want to see this. And you know, hey, I'm not getting any younger. So I want to see some great memorable fights so I can talk about this when I'm old to my grandkids and the young kids that I'm training. You know, I can show the video of great fighters, and I'm hoping that you guys are the ones that I can show the videos about. Okay? Well, that's all I got for you. And I'm just going to say last night we witnessed history once again. We also have the Devin Haney fight that's coming up. Here it is, another young African American fighter. He's going to Australia to fight. And I'm going to say this again. Devin, you better be ready, okay? Because this guy that you're fighting is going to bring the fight to you. He's at home. He put down Teofimo Lopez. Yeah, I said the name right. Teofimo Lopez. He put him down. And, he's coming to do the same thing to you, Devin, okay? This is a very, very serious fight. I don't think I have to remind you, bro. Every fight is serious, okay? So, Devin, your jab is going to be the key to beating and keeping Gambosa off of you. He's explosive. He's got knockout power. So I'm telling you, your jab is the key and your combinations is the key to beating this guy, okay? Throwing a lot of combos and uppercuts is going to catch him. He's open for uppercuts and that left hook. So, and I see that in just the way he fights. So, Devin, put hands on him and let's see what happens here. I'm hoping that we'll see another African American fighter be undisputed because we're living in the era of the undisputed. I love this boxing game, been around it all my life, and I'm not gonna stop now. So all you guys out there, boxing fans, boxing profile fans, if you guys like this sort of content, please like and subscribe. I know I'm just talking, but I have some other series that's I'm going to be bringing up. I'm going to talk about, the next thing I'm going to talk about is reflexes, because I hear people out there say you can't teach certain things to fighters, has to come naturally. Well, I don't believe that's true. I believe that you can teach any fighter anything. For every action, there is a reaction, and you have to get the fighter to understand that. So I'm going to show you guys how you can react, and react very, very quickly by demonstrating it, not by talking about it, by showing you. Because, like I said, there are techniques out there that are not being shown and not being taught to fighters today. So I want to expose these techniques. I want to bring them back so we can get even more great, memorable fights. That's why my motto is put hands on them. That's right, put hands on them. And before the fight, you need to throw hands, okay? You need to be throwing hands in sparring. Domination in sparring is going to get you to be dominating in your fights. Knowing where to hit your opponent, how to break the body down. I'm going to bring all these things to you, okay? Again, I'm Tony Prince. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Boxing Profiles. Boxing fans, go ahead, write something in the comment section. And please, go ahead and like and subscribe, okay? Smash, destroy, okay? Obliterate that like button, okay? And subscribe. Thank you guys once again. I'm Tony Prince, and I'm out, baby.